So, good morning everyone. I am Jonalyn Villafuerte. I am here now in front of you discussing about my report about development of an OSH program. So, by the way, before I proceed, I will define first the OSH or the Occupational Safety and Health Program. So, what is an OSH program? Okay. It is a health and safety program. It's a definite plan of action designed to prevent accidents and occupational diseases. And also a health and safety program must include the elements required by the health and safety legislation as a minimum. So, a health and safety program is designed to prevent accidents and occupational disease or to ensure the safety of the person or the property damage are lessened or reduced. And of course, a healthy and safety program must include the elements. So, since we are open about elements, what are the elements of the OSH program? Okay, I will show you the elements of the OSH program. So we have management, commitment, and employee involvement, worksite analysis, hazard prevention and control, training for employees, supervisor, and managers. So let's first discuss the management, commitment, and employee involvement. So the management, commitment, and employee involvement is the manager or the management team leads the way by setting up the policy, assigning and supporting responsibility, setting a positive examples, and involving employees. So as you can see, the pictures above, I include it so that it will easy for you to understand that. As you can see here, the manager or the management team leading about policy, assigning, and of course showing his supporting responsibility and setting a positive examples. So this is the so this is the management, commitment, and employee involvement all about. Sorry. Next is the worksite analysis. The worksite analysis is continually analyzed to identify all existing and potential hazards. So, the worksite analysis involves a variety of worksites such as examinations or to identify not only existing hazards but also the conditions and operations where changes might occur to create hazards. Next is hazard prevention and control. Ay, sorry guys. Napaday-dere As you can see here, the picture, no? It is easy for you to analyze or to conclude that it is the example of the worksite analysis. So they are identifying all the existing and potential hazards. Next is hazard prevention and control. So since we are done with worksite analysis, so let's proceed to hazard prevention and control. So what are these? Hazard prevention and control is the methods to prevent or control existing or potential hazards are administered and maintained. Okay, so since we are talking about the methods, so let's have the effectively control and prevent hazards. Okay, to effectively control and prevent hazards, the employer should involve workers. Why? Because the workers is they often have the best understanding of the conditions that create hazards and, of course, the insight into how they can be controlled. And next, the employer should identify and evaluate options for controlling hazards using a hierarchy of controls. And of course, the employer should use a hazard control plan to guide the selection and implementation of controls and implementing controls according to the plan. And also to develop the plans with measures to protect workers during emergencies and non-routine activities, and evaluate the effectiveness of existing controls to determine whether they continue to provide protection or whether different controls may be more effective. And lastly, review new technologies for their potentials to be more protective, more reliable, or less costly. So, in hazard prevention and control, lots of methods na magagamit within the employer and the workers para makabuo sila ng plan para ma-prevent yung potential hazards or the hazardous activities may occur. Okay, so next is training for employees, supervisor, and managers. So dito na mag-end yung work site analysis. I mean yung hazard prevention and control. Lahat ng natapik ng mga methods dun sa hazard prevention and control is iti-trained ng both manager, supervisor, and employee pag-aaralan kung paano i-deal with worksite hazards. Paano magagamit with worksite hazards yung mga methods na pinaplan nila sa hazard prevention and control. Okay, so vision. The vision is every employer and employee in the organization recognizes that occupational safety and health add value to businesses, workplaces, and workers' lives. In essence, it impacts the economy, society, and policy governance. And last, we have conclusion. Yes, since may vision tayo, meron tayong conclusions. The conclusion is the occupational safety is very important because yun na nga, sinasabi na natin sa intro na it is to prevent accidents. And occupational safety is very important and it is joint responsibility of all, the government, the worker, and the employer, most of all, to prevent accidents and occupational disease or to ensure the safety of the person or the property damage are lessened or reduced. And that's all, and thank you, and God bless.